Hey guys, in today's tutorial I'll show you how to do hard drive burn-in testing for your FreeNAS system. Whether you buy a new hard drive or a used hard drive, either one, you should run the you should do the burn-in testing before you put it in to productions. So in order to do that, we're gonna connect it to via secure shell or SSH. Before you do that, navigate to services and make sure that you turn on the enable the secure shell or SSH from your FreeNAS box. And for this tutorial, I'm actually using the tutorial from the FreeNAS Forum from the user with the name qwertymodo hard drive burn-in testing. So give him some credit for that. And let's do it. So actually let's go back to the FreeNAS box. In order to run the command, you're gonna need to know the name of the disk. So in order to do that, you go to navigate to a storage and then disk, and then these are the name of the disk listed in here. So I currently have one pool actually have data on it, so I put in two unused hard drive, 500 GB SATA drive, DA7 and DA8. That's the one we'll be testing in this tutorial. But changes to whatever it matched your disk name. All right. So alright, the next step is open up the command prompt or CMD. You put a CMD in there and hit enter. It open up the command prompt. Let me open up maximize this one so it's easier to see. Alright, first step is log into your FreeNAS box via SSH, or a lot of people say SSH in your FreeNAS box. So SSH, and then the username of your FreeNAS box, the root username, and then the host IP address of your FreeNAS. So for mine it's going to be 192.168.1.202, and just say yes, and the password, enter your password. So when you enter password and you didn't see any character in here, that because SSH is a secure cell, the connection actually encrypted. That's the reason why you didn't see any digit in there. If you're using TFTP or FTP, it's not encrypted connections. So if let's say I'll do the man in the middle attack, I can actually see your password. So that's the reason why SSH it refer connection, remote connections. So that's just a little bit for your information. Alright, so now we're in FreeNAS box. First command we run. So all the command for the hard drive burn-in, you can run the same command on multiple hard drive, but you cannot run multiple command on other hard drive. So you have to run the same command on all of it. One that command finish on all of the hard drive, then you can go to the next one. But you can run, let's say, two command concurrently at the same time. All right. So the first one we're gonna do at the short self-test. We're gonna do S.M.A.R.T ctl that t and short that dev that da. So right here, whatever your this name changes to whatever yours. Sometimes it's ADA, sometimes it's DA. It depends on the type of the hard drive, SAT drive, SATA drive, and SAT controller or SATA controller. All right. So mine is going to be DA7, and enter, and now it's running. And it tell you the test gonna finish in 1 minute. And then, like I said, you can run the same test on multiple hard drives. So we're gonna run it on the second one. All right. and just you can wait until for it to finish. But since I already run a couple tests before, I gonna run the command to show all the attribute, to show you how to read the smart attribute value. So the command gonna be smart ctl that a and def that da7. Alright, so now it show all the attribute value recorded by the S.M.A.R.T test. So it tell you everything, the model number, the serial number, the firmware it's currently on, and it tell you if the smart support is enabled or not. And when you go down here, these things are the thing that you look for: raw read error rate, all the values should be 0. Let's see another one. It apply uncorrectable 0. Relocated sector count 0. All the values should be the raw values should be 0. If anything other than 0, you should return the hard drive and get the replacement. And I know a lot of us buying hard drive on eBay, a lot of them advertise as brand new. However, when you plug it in, but it's shipped without a manufacturer package. It's just a hard drive with the ESD back. When you hook it up to your computer, if you run the S.M.A.R.T test, this is what you need to look for: the power on hour. If it's brand new hard drive, it shouldn't have like 19,000 hours on it like my hard drive right now. If it's more, I would say at eBay, because it's so cheap and affordable, I would say if under, I'll take it with it under a couple hundred hours, or maybe even 1,000 to 2,000 hours. Could depend on the version. The lifespan of the hard drive, if you look it up online, if the lifespan is like 500,000 hours, then 1,000 to 2,000 hours still can be considered new hard drive. So that's how you check it. Make sure that they're not gonna take advantage of you. And it show you this is all the short tests that I repeatedly run on the hard drive. And then okay, the short test is done. We're gonna run the long test. There's another test, it's called conversion test. However, this not working on my SAT controller, so I'm not gonna run it. Okay, we're just gonna go with the next test. Is the long test. Smart ctl that t, and then long, and that def that da7. Alright, and this tell you that it's gonna take 82 minutes for the test to complete. It depends on the size of your hard drive. It can take a little bit longer. So if I run this thing on my 3 terabyte, it actually take 453 minutes to complete the test. Yes, it can take a really long time depending on the size of your hard drive. And we're gonna run the same test on the DA7. By the way, if you're gonna run the same command, it's just changing the left digits of the command also. If you're using the up arrow, it repeats the last command. This thing is pretty common for terminal, command prompt, or it's same thing if you're using a Cisco OS. It's the same thing. If you're using the up arrow, it's gonna repeat the last command. Alright, so we're gonna run it on the second one too. And for whatever reason, this one gonna take 58 minutes to finish. so it's a little bit faster than the other try. So these tests can take a long time. If you want to check on the status, see how many percent it have completed, you're gonna run the same long self-test command. So S.M.A.R.T ctl that t long that def that da, whatever your disk name, my da7 and daa. So it's gonna tell you 60% remaining would mean it completed 40%. Let's check my daa, 50% remaining, so it finished 50%. So the command to show all the S.M.A.R.T attribute value, the S.M.A.R.T ctl dat a da7. Alright, so this command it only work for the SATA drive. If you have a SAT drive, when you run this command, the readout a little bit different. Let me show you. So use the up arrow. I'm gonna repeat my last command, and I'm gonna run it on my one of my SAT drive. See, right here is a little bit different. It just show you that the read, write, and verify. There's no uncorrected error, which is good. But however, it didn't show you all the accumulated power on hours or all the raw values. So for the because this is a SAT hard drive, the readout for SAT, the command a little bit different than SATA drive. So if you run it on a SAT hard drive, you're gonna use the S.M.A.R.T ctl, and you're gonna use that X-ray instead of that A and alpha, and that DA 04. There you go. See, now we got a lot more information by running the command that X. So now it have the accumulated power on. So this is how you check for how many hours that you have on that it accumulate over its lifetime cycle. So this is right here at 25,000 hours. I got it when it 1,000 to 2,000 hours, even though it advertised at news on eBay. But the SAT drive actually have the lifespan of 500,000 hours manufacturer, according to the manufacturer. So 2,000 hours acceptable to me. And SAT drive doesn't have a readout for a lot of raw value, so the only thing you can really look at is the total uncorrected error. If you have a lot of errors right here, you're gonna read the numbers. If anything other than 0, you should return your SAT drive and get a new one from either the manufacturer or from the seller, vendor, whatnot. Keep in mind that some manufacturer, they want you to run their software, their own software testing before you before they authorize the RMA for you to return the hard drive. But anything that failed the S.M.A.R.T test, the short one and the long one, should be a legitimate reason for you to return the hard drive. Alright guys, the long self-test or extended self-test should be done by now. If you get timeout from the command prompt, it's not an issue. The test is still running in the background. You just have to log back in the edit connection. And we're gonna do the S.M.A.R.T command again. S.M.A.R.T ctl dash a da7. And it finished. Extended all along. Self-test is finished, complete without errors. It's a good thing. And let's go back to the tutorial. So these things are the value that you should look for. Let me go back to my terminal. So these are value that he said we should look for. The reallocated sector cal, which is right here. Value should be 0. The current pending sector right here should be 0. There you go. And what the other one? Offline uncorrectable lie 198 should be 0. So those are the ones you look for if it's 0, and it should be good. But keep in mind that the long and the short test, the read-only test, it's not really a burn-in test. The real burn-in test is gonna be the Badblocks, which is I will cover it in the next tutorial. I was gonna do it in one tutorial, but it's kind of long, and it's not that hard, but a little bit more complicated for new users, especially those that have never been using terminal or the S.M.A.R.T utility, if you know what I'm talking about. So I decided to cover in part 2 of the tutorial. So I'll see you guys in the next tutorial, and like always, subscribe. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you have questions, leave it on the comment below. I will include all the comment that I use for the tutorial under the descriptions, and I also included the text file that included all the command that I use in the tutorial in the next tutorial. And I'll see you guys in the next one.